Hey everybody, 4th of July weekend. Guess what I did? I went over to Rockler this weekend. Hey, I better put this out. This could be kind of dangerous. So I went over to Rockler this week in San Diego, and guess what I did? I solved a sander and a dust collection system problem. This is a new sander. Now, I spent way too much money. And when I say I spent way too much money, I really think I got the right solution for myself. When you go to a CNC machine and you have basically a small spindle kicking up a lot of dust, you need a lot of suction. So what I did was I went with the Festool system. I spent almost $2,000 on this. And just so, I had to be fair. So what I did was I got my girlfriend a $20 stainless steel Rockler water jug, just so she wouldn't feel bad that I spent so much money on this. Really, that's kind of a joke. But this is not. These machines are fabulous. I would highly recommend it. They're a lot more money than almost everything else in the field. However, they're almost dustless. And in the environment that I'm going to be in, I really want to go dustless. Now, I'm not going to do a full review on this. As a matter of fact, I have one little problem with the way that the cyclonic system that catches the largest pieces sits onto the frame. I'm not sure whether this is, I've properly installed it. I'm going to get back to Rockler, Mike, and Albert over in the San Diego store and say, hey guys, am I doing this right? Or maybe I ordered the wrong part, but I'm going to get that resolved. I bought some wood over at Rockler. Look at this. I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a wooden nickel out of this when the CNC machine arrives. That, or, this would really be a nice piece. I am prior law enforcement. If I have a friend that I'd like to make a badge for, and think how nice that would be as a badge on one side and part of his service history for the Border Patrol on the other side. I think that'd really be pretty nice. Got my girlfriend working on presentation bags for this. She really wants to turn this more into a business. I'm just looking at it as a hobby, a way to kind of give back to some of my friends that have done so much for me over the years. Now, let's talk about my workbench. My workbench is something that I still want to get both of my cars into the garage. I need a 39-inch platform to put the 36-inch frame with enough room for the stepper motors to sit. Now, what I was able to find at Lowe's was a 39-inch long butcher block table. I've got to do some jurying around because there's a half-inch fall on the garage floor, and as I do that, I'll take some more information and share it with you as I come up with my solution. Everyone says buy the biggest machine that you can buy at the time that you make your purchase. Don't start with a 24-inch machine if you have more room. That's what a lot of people do, and they say they really wish they had gone to a bigger machine. That's why I bought this Stepcraft M1000. It's the biggest machine that I could get in the area, and it runs on 110, so I'm all good with that. No additional rewiring or anything of that nature. It is hot in my garage right now. Behind me where the ladders are, I'm going to have a 220 split unit put in, split air conditioning system, what's called a mini split. I want the compressor portion of the air conditioning unit outside and then the cooler blower portion on the inside. That will probably happen next week. I've got a couple of people coming out to give me bids for that.
Festool. We got a Festool.
Okay, two more important things, and I'm not sure which one really to lead with. Let's go with Robert Segura. Robert Segura from Nuts and Bolts was nice enough to reach out to me after my first video on buying the Stepcraft M1000. And he said, welcome to the CNC community. He, in fact, took and sent me a reprint, I think, of an article off of the forum from Nuts and Bolts. So I'm going to put the link, if I can chase this down in the comments. All my experiences thus far getting involved in this hobby have been very positive. Everybody at Stepcraft has been very helpful answering my questions as I've tried to get things set up. Serendipitously, things like this have been presented to me on YouTube. One of my friends actually lost his eye to a kickback from a table saw. And when I saw this presented where the gripper goes actually right on top or over the top of the blade on a table saw, getting a more precise cut and eliminating most kickback, I thought these things ought to be sold with every table saw. I went out and bought two. They come in two varieties. I think one was $59 and one was $79. But for safety reasons, I'm telling you, I'm all about safety. I'll spend extra money to hold on to all my fingers. I'll also spend extra money like on the Festool, just on the offhand chance that I may have the most clean air environment. I'm getting a little older. I don't need to be sucking up any sawdust. So I spent a little bit more money. I will review this system as soon as I start, as soon as my CNC arrives. I think I'm probably about 2 more weeks away from having my CNC machine. In that time, I'm going to take and get the air conditioning installed. I'll cover that again, and I'll also show you what I do with the bench. I'm going to take the Festool sander and put it to work. It's going to have the same type of polished finish that is in the rest of my shop. I want my garage to be clean. If I have friends that come over and they want to see how this works, we may have a drink and have a little fun out here in this garage I want to clean. I wish you guys all the best. If you're thinking about getting involved in CNCs and you have any questions for me, I am new to this, but I'll tell you why I made the decisions that I did with the machines that I purchased. I wish you all the best and get ready for the delivery of the M1000. Thank you.
Festool. We got a Festool.